What's up, everyone? Today is March 11th, 2019, and it is 70 days of video journaling. Boom! 70 days. The University of London or somewhere in England said that it takes 66 days to really fully instill a habit. And I gotta say, that when it hit 66 days, I did feel this shift in doing this, right? And I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel excited to do this, not less excited than I was before, just another layer of excitement. And finding, the having the ability now to really just kind of pick and choose what I really want to talk about and dive just a little deeper. I'm sure in the next 66 days or so, I'll feel another shift. So this is really exciting. This is actual proof of when we put things into practice, we can definitely see changes in our performance wise. So today I really want to talk about a subject that sort of popped in my head this morning when I was chanting, and it's the subject of self-worth versus net worth. So I Googled this, self-worth versus net worth, and self-worth essentially is the quality of respect as a human being, right? That's self-worth, like your own esteem, your own respect for yourself, right? Net worth is essentially assets minus the debts, right? So, so the difference, I started doing some research and about like different articles on self-worth, and I also meditated on it, and it made me realize that it really just comes down to absolute happiness and relative happiness. So what do I mean? What I mean by that is absolute happiness. Well, let me say relative happiness. So relative happiness is just like net worth, right? So relative happiness is things that we accumulate on the outer external realms, the outer world, right? So it could be anything from money to real estate to cars, helicopters, islands, whatever that is, and that's essentially the net worth, right? Those are the things that are relative happiness. Those things keep us like happy momentarily, right? And self-worth is essentially absolute happiness, where absolute happiness is being completely grounded in ourselves, finding the value within ourselves, the really appreciating ourselves, and just really embracing and fully loving ourselves, no matter what happens, right? And that to me is completely necessary in order to move on with life. I mean, yeah, we can totally live relatively happy, and we can jump from one relationship to another. We can, get the best jobs in the world. We can really just strive to become the best in whatever we do. But if there's no happiness within us, if the happiness isn't as securely anchored, if you will, then everything will start to crumble down. And that's what happened to me a few years ago, right before I took off. I went on hiatus. I took a break from acting. Right, I was acting for about like maybe 12 years or so. Really just fighting and just really just moving and just building my career had a lot of highs, a lot of lows, made some really, really good money, met a lot of really, really good people, but I just felt like I was jaded. So relatively net worth wise, like I was building this really, really cool and I would have to say, sorry, my battery just, I got 10% left on this thing, but, my career at that time was, it was growing, right? So my net worth was growing, right? But my self-worth, my absolute happiness, was in shambles. I would raise it, I would be happy one day, and then, be completely depressed for about 2 to 3 weeks, right? And then, waiting for the next, hurrah, so that where I could really soak off of that and become happy. I was depending on happiness outside of myself, right? And that's really not the way to live. That really isn't. So just recently, I, actually the end of 2018, around maybe second or third week of December, I made a decision. It felt good, to basically come back, as an actor, right? And really just like get back up and do this. And I felt good about it. And, the first project of this year was the SWAT guest star. So, that was just actual proof for me that I'm going in the right direction. So, yeah. So, as I'm continuously developing myself through this process, of 2019, and this is my year of realizing manifestations, right? As I'm continuously moving forward day by day, and I'm developing myself, I'm keeping in mind that one, I've got to continue striving forward. I've got to continuously have the courage to live my dreams, live my, dreams essentially, right? I mean, that takes a lot of courage. If you have this vision and you're just thinking about it constantly, right? And you're not making any movements forward, then that becomes extremely abstract. We want to create concrete steps towards those goals, right? So even though February was a slow month, I mean, I had some pretty great auditions and some stuff coming in, and I didn't work in February, but now that it's March 11th, and I've had a couple of auditions the past, like, week or so, but in the past I would have felt extremely down about it, and just like maybe sulked or got high, drank, to get drunk, just to run away from my problems essentially. So now is the opportunity to really just like change that karma into mission, right? One of my favorite mentors, teachers, which is Daisaku Ikeda, and he basically asked the question, how do we change karma into mission, right? And what do we do to shift that, right? To essentially take what's happened and what's affected us, and how can we move forward, right? And win, right? Yeah. So March. So now that um, you know I'm not down about it, which is amazing because in the past I would have gotten really affected by this, right? And now I'm just like it's the keeping my energies up, my vibrations up, my life condition up, right? So that I can continuously be in sync with the universe, okay? And that's the only way that I and the universe are able to really communicate is when my energies are up. When my energies are up, right, and I'm happy inside, that's when I can communicate with the universe in a more efficient way, and I can really open my eyes and listen to trusting the universe, that the universe is unfolding and putting the things together for me to attain my reality of my goals and my visions, right, and dreams. So that's, yeah. So that's essentially the process right now. In the meantime, I am looking for work. So if you know anybody out there that hiring somebody like me, please let me know. Yeah, so I'm looking for work. I'm going out there and hacking away, and really just like loving it. Anyhow, that's it today. Please come on back if you love this, and subscribe. That's even better. And I'll keep you posted on what's happening day by day for the next 365 days. So thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.